Okay, g'day guys, Mr. Grover here. I'm going to give you a quick video on simplifying ratios. Right, so let's say for starters we have 26 students in a class and we have 16 students that wear pants. I'm sure everyone's wearing pants, but these ones are wearing long pants. And we have 10 students wearing shorts. Okay, to write this as a ratio, we know our total amount is 26, and we have two options here that we've split our class into. Okay, so our first ratio, our ratio of students wearing pants, so this one here, we're going to write as 16, actually I'll do that over here, we're going to write as 16 to 26, alright. Our next one, we have 10 students wearing shorts, we're going to write as 10, 26. Alright, you notice that the total numbers are always on the right hand side and what we've split our class into is on the left hand side. Right, so that's technically correct if we're talking about our ratios. What we'll often do in maths is ask you to write things in the simplest possible form. When we're talking about ratios, we need to find what's called the highest common factor. Alright, so our first one here, we need to find the highest common factor, HCF, of 16 and 26. Okay, we know that both of those are even numbers, so 2 is going to be a common factor. Is it going to be the highest common factor? That's where we need to go through our different numbers. So neither of those are going to go into 3. One of those is going to go into 4, the 16, but the 26 is not. Alright, 5, no, 6, no. Alright, so we can say, once we've gone through our different options, that the highest common factor is 2. Right, now what we do to simplify our ratio is divide both sides by our highest common factor. Alright, now if we do 16 divided by 2, that is going to be 8, and 26 divided by 2 is going to be 13. Alright, we know that we've simplified this to our final sort of form because 8 and 13, their highest common factor is 1. Alright, 1 or itself. 1. So 8 and 13, so that is correct. That's in simplest form. If we're looking at 10 and 26, we do the same process. All right, highest common factor of 10 and 26. This one is, we know that 2 is going to be highest common factor of 10 and 26 because we've got 2 even numbers here. Is there anything else that it's going to be? We can go through our different numbers. We're going to find that 2 is also our highest common factor. This is not always going to be the case, but we're just doing a nice easy one to start with. Okay, so we do what we did above here, divide by our common factor. Okay, divide by 2. So we know that our simplified form is going to be 5 to 26, to 13, sorry. There we go. All right, bit of a more difficult one. So we're gonna have different class. This one has, actually we'll do a different color. This one has 28 students. Right, we have 12 that play sport, and we have 16 that don't. Right, we're going to go back and write our ratio with our total numbers here. So that is going to be 12 and 28 and 16 and 28. Now we follow the same process, so we try and find the highest common factor of 12 and 28. Now we know again 2 is going to be a common factor because we have 2 even numbers. 3 is a factor of 12 but not of 28. 4 is a factor of 12 and also a factor of 28. And you guys will go through your numbers obviously, go right up to 12, but you'll find that 4 is the highest common factor of 12 and 28. Okay? So we follow the same process we've done up here. We'll divide it by 4. We'll divide this side by 4. Fix up my 4. And we will get 3 and 7. Okay, again, we can check. We know that there is the highest common factor of 3 and 7 is 1, so we can't simplify that anymore. So we go down to our second one. The highest common factor of 16 and 28 is also going to be 4. 4 goes into 28 and also to 16. We can divide both sides by 4 and we're going to get a ratio of 4 to 7. All right. That is it for simplifying ratios, guys. We'll have some more difficult ones coming up, but real basic sort of video on how to do those nice and easy ones.